Examples of oxidation reduction in daily life. Oxygen is the most essential element needed to sustain life. Respiration is the most important chemical process which releases energy in cells. When we breathe in, oxygen enters our lungs and passes into air sacs called alveoli. Here, oxygen diffuses from membranes into the blood. It then binds itself to hemoglobin present in the red blood corpuscles and is carried to millions of cells in the body. Respiration occurs in these cells and is accompanied by combustion of glucose-producing carbon dioxide and water. Since the reaction is exothermic, energy released during respiration keeps our heart and muscles working. Carbon dioxide passes out of the blood into the air as we breathe it out. C6H12O6 in solid state reacts with 6O2 to give 6CO2 in gaseous state plus 6H2O in liquid state with the release of energy. A chemical reaction in which substance burns or gets oxidized in the presence of air or oxygen is called combustion reaction. For example, methane, a major constituent of natural gas, undergoes combustion in excess of oxygen upon heating. Combustion reactions are oxidation reactions in nature. CH4 in gaseous state reacts with 2O2 in gaseous state to give CO2 in gaseous state along with 2H2O in liquid state. Combustion may have harmful effects too. Environmental pollution is due to combustion. Poisonous gases like carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, sulfur trioxide, and nitrogen dioxide are being released into the atmosphere due to a variety of combustion reactions taking place. They pollute the atmosphere. Corrosion is a process in which a metal surface is coated with its oxide, sulfide, carbonate, or sulfate by the action of oxygen carbon dioxide, moisture, or acid present in the atmosphere. Let us now learn about galvanic corrosion and its prevention. Let us have a look at galvanic corrosion and its prevention. Corrosion in iron pipes occurs in the presence of water. In the animation, we will see what actually happens at molecular level. Iron loses its 2 electrons to form Fe 2 positive ions. The equation for this reaction is Fe gives Fe 2 plus ions plus 2 electrons. The 4 electrons released from 2 atoms of iron reacts with oxygen and water to form hydroxide ions. O2 reacts with 2H2O plus 4 electrons to give 4 OH negative ions. These hydroxide ions react with Fe2 plus ions to form FeOH whole twice. Fe2 plus ions react with 2 OH negative ions to give FeOH whole twice. 4 FeOH whole twice in turn reacts with oxygen to form rust, which can be represented as 2 Fe2O3 X H2O. You will observe the rust formation in the equation. This can be represented as 4 FeOH whole twice plus O2 gives 2 Fe2O3 H2O plus 2H2O. This formation of rust can be prevented by the cathodic protection, where iron acts as cathode and more reactive metals act as anode. Let us take magnesium metal in this case. The reaction taking place at the anode then will be magnesium gives magnesium 2 positive ions plus 2 electrons. This means that magnesium releases electrons to form magnesium ions. These electrons then react with oxygen and water to form 4 hydroxide ions. The reaction taking place at cathode. O2 reacts with 2H2O plus 4 electrons to give 4 OH negative ions. In this, magnesium is used in the reaction and iron remains as it is. We take 2 electrodes. One, a copper candle holder which is made up of the cathode, and another a silver plate which is made up of the anode. We wish to plate the copper container with silver. For this we take silver potassium cyanide solution, and when current is allowed to flow through it, we find that silver is plated over copper. Let us now learn about corrosion of other metals. Aluminium undergoes corrosion in the presence of moist air. 4Al plus 3O2 plus XH2O gives 2Al2O3 XH2O, which is a white film. This is an oxidation reaction in which the metal gets oxidized by oxygen in the air to form aluminium oxide film. The oxide layer sticks firmly to the surface of aluminium and prevents further corrosion. This type of corrosion is beneficial, as once an oxide layer is coated over aluminium's surface, it becomes resistant to further oxidation. When a copper object is exposed to moist air containing carbon dioxide, its surface gets coated with green, basic copper carbonate. 2Cu in solid state reacts with CO2 in gaseous state and H2O in liquid state to give CuCO3 CuOH whole twice in solid state, which is green basic copper carbonate. Magnesium metal, if kept in an open atmosphere, its surface gets oxidized to white-colored magnesium oxide or basic magnesium carbonate. Magnesium in solid state reacts with oxygen in gaseous state, H2O in liquid state and CO2 in gaseous state to give MgCO3 MgOH whole twice, which is basic magnesium carbonate. It is for this reason magnesium ribbon is rubbed with sandpaper to remove the white coating of basic magnesium carbonate on its surface before burning. Silver object also corrodes if kept in an open atmosphere containing small amount of hydrogen sulfide gas. 2Ag in solid state reacts with H2S in gaseous state to give Ag2S in solid state and H2 in gaseous state, where Ag2S is black silver sulfide. The surface of silver object gets coated with black-colored silver sulfide. Extraction of sodium in the down cell is done by the electrolysis of fused sodium chloride. A mixture of molten sodium chloride and calcium chloride is placed into the cell and electrolysis is carried out. Sodium is deposited at the cathode and chlorine gas is discharged at the anode. Molten sodium is then collected in a vessel. Metals obtained commercially by electrolytic methods. Aluminium oxide is reduced to aluminium in an electrolytic cell, and the process is carried out in an iron tank lined inside with carbon. It has 3 layers of fused mass. The lower layer consists of an alloy of impure aluminium with copper. This layer serves as the anode. The middle layer consists of a solution of cryolite, that is Na3Al(F6) and barium fluoride. The upper layer consists of pure aluminium and serves as the cathode. These 3 layers are separated from each other due to the difference in specific gravity. During electrolysis, Al, 3 positive ions from middle layer migrate to upper layer, where they are reduced to aluminium by gaining 3 electrons. Equal number of Al 3 positive ions are produced in the lower layer. These ions migrate to the middle layer. Pure aluminium is tapped off from time to time. Hoope's method gives 99.99% pure aluminium. Children, have a look at the parts of a lead acid accumulator. What do you observe? Here, galvanic cells are connected in series. Each cell consists of a lead anode and lead oxide cathode. A separator separates them. Have a look at how they are placed in a storage cell. This is placed in a cell container containing sulfuric acid as the electrolyte. Now, let us try to understand how it gets discharged. When the connection is made, lead loses its electrons and forms lead sulfate. When these electrons reach the lead oxide cathode, they react to form lead sulfate and water. PbO2 plus 4H positive ion plus SO2 negative ions plus 2 electrons give PbSO4 plus 2H2O. Let me tell you that reverse reaction takes place during charging. Hydrogen acts as a reducing agent in many manufacturing processes. It can be used to make shortening from vegetable oils in a process known as hydrogenation. When liquid fat is poured into a tank containing hydrogen in the presence of a catalyst sprayed in the form of powder, we find that hydrogenation of fat takes place. Rancidity of oils or fats. Oxidation of oils and fats by atmospheric oxygen produces an unpleasant smell and taste. This phenomenon is called rancidity of oils or fats. If food materials containing oil or fats are exposed to atmosphere for a long time, they are no longer fit for consumption. It is due to the fact that fat gets oxidized by atmospheric oxygen and produces rancidity. Rancidity leads to bad smell and taste. Rancidity can be prevented by the addition of food-grade antioxidants. Rancidity can be prevented by vacuum packing oily or fatty food items. The packaging of food materials containing oil or fat is done in the absence of atmospheric oxygen by vacuum packaging technology. In the absence of oxygen, the oxidation or rancidity is prevented. Rancidity can be prevented by packing food items like fried potato chips in nitrogenous atmosphere. Rancidity of food items can be slowed down by using a refrigerator.